We'll take that. So some questions now around the past, peace and reconciliation. The Attorney General suggested drawing a line under the past, and many young people say they're fed up with the amount of time and money spent on this issue. Is it time to move forward, and if so, how?
I think for me, I think there does have to be a point where we start to look forward and stop looking back. But I think before we do that, we need a process, an independent process through which people can get truth and where possible justice. But I think we should put a budget on that and a time limit on that and say this is how much we can do in this time and get as much as we can and then settle it. But I don't think I don't think we should just say people should forget about it, because people have a right to seek answers about what happened to their family.
Do you support the Lord Chief Justice's plan for the 54 Troubles Legacy Inquest to be held within a 5-year time frame?
Yeah, I think that is the right type of proposal we need, and it does need to be a course across all of the different nature of crimes. All actors should be included, whether they be state or paramilitary. But where murder has been committed in this land, whoever's committed it should be held accountable, and truth should be found where possible.
Is the Good Friday Agreement still fit for purpose, or is it time for a new agreement or negotiations around that?
I think it is time for a new agreement. I fully support the principles of the Good Friday Agreement. Indeed, 1998 referendum was my first ever vote. I just turned 18, so it was a big deal to me at that time, and obviously to Northern Ireland. But I think we do need to now, we have the imagery of the ugly scaffolding. I think we need to review it, we need to reform it, and we need to revitalise it and get a new energy behind the Assembly, because we have lost public confidence and public trust. But I think we can do that by involving citizens. So we've had St Andrews, we've had this Hillsborough Agreement, we've had the Haas Talks, we've had Fresh Start, and all these have been done by politicians behind closed doors. I want to see an open and transparent process, engaging citizens to help them, to enable them to create a new vision for Northern Ireland and our institutions. The Republic of Ireland had a constitutional convention to look at a lot of things in their constitution to become outdated. I think we need to do the same for ours.
Would you support a ban on flags being flown in public areas, streets and lampposts and the like, and their immediate removal of flags that are in breach?
I'll be honest, I don't get too vexed about flags, but I know the issues that come up. At the minute, we support the designated days policy and are content with that. I don't think it's what concerns most people most of the time. I think it was stirred up for political reasons. And I think we're starting to come back to a relative normality around flags again, and I welcome that. I think where we do need to really tackle things is where paramilitary flags are being used in communities, along with paramilitary murals, to intimidate communities and to mark territory. That concerns me more about than a flag in a public building. I'm much more concerned about the communities, for example, in North Down, who are still blighted by paramilitarism.
Are you on Twitter, and if so, do you run your own Twitter account?
I'm on Twitter, and it's all me.
So you're to blame if anything.
I am at Stephen Agnew, whether I like it or not, yes.
So Steve, moving to some of the issues, and there's a spectrum of issues people raised. Would direct rule not be better as politicians just squabble?
I believe in local democracy, and I do believe that it's important to have devolved institutions. I regret that the traditional parties have wasted the opportunities devolution has given them. But I think if you look even to Scotland, and regardless of what you think of the policies of the SNP, they've done things differently. They've shown what you can do with devolved power. I think we need to mature in our governance, and I do think part of that needs to be the reform of the structures that I talked about, in terms of having a constitutional convention to make sure that the structures are now fit for today, rather than the Good Friday Agreement, which was fit for a particular time. But I think we have to have devolved institutions. Sometimes I would agree with the decisions of the British government, for example, around issues like equal marriage and equality. But equally, Tory austerity is devastating, and to have unfettered Tory austerity would be of great concern to me.